So, my name is Ware, and this is my project proposal. So, I really want to make a Reddit clone essentially. And the reason why I want to make this Reddit clone is because I use Reddit on a daily basis, and I think it's a great website. And it's pretty minimalistic, so it should be pretty easy to build. But I know that some of the CRUD operations in the app could potentially require some thinking around. So this should overall be a fun project to actually work on. What pieces are required to make this app. So essentially, I think the really main component will be Firebase because Reddit and any other social media sites essentially nothing but CRUD operations. So Firebase and setting up Firebase and the data classes that go to each document in the Firebase database will be essential. I'll also need well, probably two recycler views slash adapters, one for like the actual posts that a user will create, and then one for the comments. So if a user clicks on a post, they should be brought to another activity or fragment, and then have a recycler view and adapter duo go whenever the Firebase returns with the correct comments for each particular post. Um, and then I guess the third really main component is just the UI on all the other elements in there. I believe these are just the three main components that we need. How will the work be divided? Well, I think my partner with MIA tried to email him with an answer, so I will now be doing this pretty much by myself, but it should be pretty fun to do. And my timeline of work is during the week of March 30th, I'm going to set up the Firebase database and create data classes and pretty much just set up the foundation for all the CRUD. Not really the CRUD, this is the whole database, so I can easily create methods and things like that um, in the functions that relate to retrieving posts, retrieving comments, sending posts, sending comments, account creation, so on and so forth. So setting up that whole back end foundation is what I'm going to be working on the week of March the 30th. And then the week of April the 6th, I'm going to basically be doing the UI and just creating out the layouts and activities needed, as well as fragments if I do use fragments for this. I may just stick to activities. But yeah, week of April the 6th is just going to be layouts essentially. And then next week, after that, April the 13th, I'm going to be setting up actual functions for the CRUD operation for creating posts, comments, upvoting, so on and so forth. And then the week of April the 21st, I'm just going to basically be housekeeping and be perfecting the UI, fixing any bugs, making sure that I'm using best practices, so on and so forth. And then for the project update and final presentation, for the project update, I'm just going to show my entire Firebase setup and all the data classes, and I may actually have some layouts created if I finish that earlier than I think I would. And then during the final presentation, I'm just going to walk through the entire app, starting from account creation, creating posts, creating comments, and then displaying the upvote and downvote system. And yeah, so that's pretty much my little presentation. And then if you go to look at the actual mock-up I have designed, we can see that it's essentially a Reddit clone. Instead of Reddit, I'm calling it Write It, because why not? But here's the login screen. It's obviously gonna look better than this, but this is like a quick mock-up. So you're gonna have your username, password. I'm gonna be signing in with I want to try usernames, but I may actually change it to email if I can't figure it out with Firebase. But right now, I kind of want to do usernames because that's pretty cool. Not everybody signs in with emails for some social networking sites. And over here is the account creation activities. So just a basic account creation, email, username, password, password confirmation, so on and so forth. And I also want to be able to implement it so that whenever the user creates an account, they can automatically log in so they don't have to go back to the sign in screen and enter their information. And then this activity right here is the basically the home page. It shows every post, the post author, the description of the post, and comments and upvotes for each post. And this is going to be a recycling view, and you'll be able to scroll up and down. And then if you look at I'm going to call it the toolbar at the bottom, I'm going to have two options: the home and the profile. Because if a user wants to, if a user's going through a whole bunch of comments and they just want to quickly go back home, they can click the home button. And if they want to see, and if the user wants to see their profile with all their posts and comments they have made, they can just click on the profile button. And I believe that the back button built into Android should be able to handle all the going back, essentially, whenever somebody tries to, yeah, go back to whatever screen they were previously. And then if you click on a actual post, you're gonna be taken to the actual like comment section for each post. So they're gonna have the same the actual information about the post is going to be the same from the previous activity. However, the comments only have the author and the comment that they've made along with their upvotes. And right now, I don't know if I am going to do replying comments where a user can reply to comments. I may do that, but that depends on how much time I actually have left after working through all of this. But right now, it's just a user can comment on the actual post, but they can't really reply to each other yet. Yeah, and that's pretty much my mock-up I have for the actual app. Yeah, and that concludes the